It had propellers at the front, but it had a jet engine. It was an it was a double Mamba. It was the most interesting arrangement where the two propellers were coaxial, contra-rotating. So our normal arrangement was to take off with both going. You get on patrol and you would shut one engine down so that you could loiter at lower speed, and every hour you'd swap the engines over to keep the oil circulating, and it extended your time on patrol. So when we got to sea, a normal recovery would be 1 hour, but for the Gannet it would be not less than 2. You would do 2 rotations, if not longer than that if required. But the training would be done on the T5, which was the converted AS4 aircraft. Interesting enough, the instructor would be sitting in the rear seat, couldn't see anything forward, and there was a periscope mounted on the top, and that was all that you had to look through in order to do all your instructing, which I subsequently found I would be doing myself.
So was it just a 2-man crew?
No, it was a 3-man crew.
Oh, okay.
1 pilot, and in the back would be the 2, in the Navy they were called observers, sitting side by side with their radar sets, exactly the same radar sets as were in the Shackleton AEW aircraft, and it was exactly the same radar underneath the aircraft as well.
Wow, that's interesting. So essentially, were you just a pilot, or did you have any input for the systems as well?
No, you were just the pilot. You just flew them to where they ever wanted to be, and that was it. I mean, the interesting thing was that all the training was done at Lossiemouth on the T5, and then you were converted onto the AEW3. The interesting thing about the AEW3 was that in order to get in, you had to have a small ladder out of the side of the aircraft, and then there were footholds all the way up the side of the aircraft. And it's rather like the story, if you don't get the foot correct when you're getting on a horse, you're facing the wrong way. It was the same with the Gannet. If you didn't get the foot the correct way round, you'll be facing the wrong way trying to get into the cockpit.